RG3 on Kyle Shanahan's coaching. Check this out.
Kyle loves guys that are predictable, right? Look at even our team in Washington with myself and Kirk Cousins. Kirk was the guy that they knew, hey, if we draw this play up, he's going to go boom, 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 get it to where we think it should go. Whereas guys like myself, Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, all these guys, there's a little more creativity to the game. Kyle's a control freak. Brock Purdy gives him a little bit of both worlds. He gives him the predictability of, hey, he's going to go through his reads and do this, but he can also create on the back end, and they just liked it more from Brock than they got it from Trey, and I understand that. And I'm hoping the best for Trey in Dallas or wherever his career takes him, but I do think that Kyle needs a guy that can kind of take the edge off for him and make some plays that aren't called in the playbook.
What you think about that control freak? A lot of people freaked out over that little two-word little thing he threw in there, a little control freak. Kyle does have some. I think. Don't you think all offensive coaches are control freaks in a way?
I mean, I'm married to a control freak, and I am a control freak. So it takes one to know one.
Why would you say that?
What? I tell her all the time. What?
Does anyone really have a choice?
I love my wife, and I understand. She is a control freak.
Calling your wife a control freak?
She is.
Anna, you're not a control freak. You are not a control freak, kid.
But I'm also a control freak, so it takes one to know one. Yeah, who isn't a control? Like, honest to God, name me a coach that's like, hey, just do whatever you want, man.
Yeah,
and they just throw the playbook out, like, just do you. I know it's only my career on the line. You just do whatever you want. All these guys are control freaks. It's the only sport, It's the only sport where on every play we turn to the sidelines and we're like, what specific play are we going to run here? Like in the NBA, there's at least a little bit of freestyling. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Even in Major League Baseball, sometimes, not all of them, but sometimes you allow the catcher to call the game a little, or you allow the pitcher to call the game. Every single play is dictated by people on the sidelines. The game inherently is filled with control freaks.
No, I agree. So
I don't think that's fair.
That doesn't surprise me at all. But RG3 is trying to make the point that, look, man, I'm unpredictable. That drives him crazy. He wants me to stay in the structure. But the guys like Mahomes and the Josh Allensons of the world will drive him crazy. But I'm with you here. Josh McDaniel, control freak, right? Bill Belichick, control freak. Now, Andy Reid is a control freak. He just shows it a different way. I'm with you. All these coaches are control freaks, so I'm not really surprised, or I'm not really blown away by, oh, my God, RG3 calls Shanahan as control freak. Oh, my God, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's obvious. We've said that on these airways for seven years now.
Was Bill Walsh not I'm not saying that Kyle's Bill, but I'm just saying, like, was Bill Walsh not a control freak?
Absolutely.
How about Bill Parcells? How about Joe Gibbs? Yeah. Jimmy Johnson?
I mean, come on, man.
I mean, Jimmy Johnson feuded with the owner over who made what trade.
Right. They're all control freaks,
I mean, are you kidding me?
They're psychos. Just like you are. Call him Michelle a control freak.
No, look. The reality is that every man says, I'm the dude in the relationship. I make shots. And we all know a great man understands that really it's about happy wife, happy life.
Exactly.
And you allow them to be in control because they are in control and they make better decisions than men. If the world was won by women, we all agree it would be a lot better.
You backpedaled straight into the turf.
I did the Dan Orlovsky. I ran out of the end zone. I did a pick eight.
Speak for yourself. I make good decisions. Hell, sometimes I make the best decisions. Because especially when it comes to financials, I have to be the frugal one. Oh, whoa. It's a little too expensive. Like when we went to a dumpling time spot, and I looked at Bill, I said, we paid this much for dumpling time? That wasn't even good.
Dumpling time is delicious, though.
It wasn't dumpling time at Chase Center. It was somewhere else. I'm not going to name the name.
Okay, but a dumpling place.
A dumpling place.
That's better.
You going to mention that publicly?
I watched the Netflix doc on Cleopatra and one of the first rulers of Egypt as a female. And boy, you want to talk about not crossing someone. Woo! Cleopatra, I was unfamiliar with your game, and I'm impressed.
I never expected Cleopatra takes on this show.
Nice.
As you are listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMG FM and AC1 San Francisco, always live on the free Odyssey app. What's Spidoni? Download the Odyssey app, your favorite 95.7 The Game.
Spidoni feels me.
And most up-to-date sports coverage. And do not forget that you can also watch us every single day on our YouTube and Twitch streams, sponsored by our very good friends at First NorCal Credit Union. Just log on and search 95.7 The Game. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel while you are there. Now, Spidoni is in hot water because his wife is on Twitter. I'd be seeing the stuff she be tweeting at Joe. I'm like, oh, poor Joe Spidoni.
We've discussed the subtweeting when she's upset at me. I was like, people understand that. Usually when you're talking smack, it's probably about me.
Right.
It's not. It's public, honey. Can we just?
It's like,
that's fine if that's your way to vent about me.
Sorry, buddy.
No, it's fine. Just don't do it in public.
It bothers me.
Don't air the dirty laundry in public. Keep it in the family. It's an Italian thing, all right? Let's keep it in the family.
And it subtweets a story on Instagram, and all these roasters like, yo, ain't I mad at you for something? I'm like, no, she's not. She's just.
See, but this is. I want to make sure we get something very, very, very clear. No man in a healthy relationship is right 100% of the time. Okay, that's number one.
Nobody's saying that.
You're never right. And B, come on, there's give and take. All right, it's you're gonna have disagreements with your significant other. All right,
well,
that's
when you
life.
are right,
it's
too.
healthy.
When you are right, you don't say you're right in certain moments too, because there's certain things where it's like you may be right, but if you say it right to them at a certain time, it'll blow up in your face.
That timing is everything.
Well,
There's
that's
no
it.
question
Shout out
about
Nick
that.
Bosa in the contract.
5 years, $170 million. $122.5 million guaranteed. He's happy. So is Fred Warner.
Just really happy. Ecstatic, actually. You should have seen me screaming earlier. Yeah.
How'd you find out?
Eating my lunch, and Coach Wilkes walking down the hall, he grabs me, he was like, Bosa's here. And I was like, wow. I couldn't believe it, but hey, he's here.
And Javon Hargrave. How excited are you to
It's
play
like
with
when
Bosa?
Bonte gets into the building, everyone's like, Bonte's here. Bonte's here.
No, well, everybody goes, oh, damn, Bonte's here. Eric goes right at it. Energy gets sucked out.
Get the red carpet out quickly.
Energy gets sucked out.
Start throwing rose petals on the ground.
No, you guys don't
You
do that.
have some serious deficiencies.
No. What people do is when I walk in the building, they start changing the subject. Oh, yeah, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, boy, they were chopping me up today. Hargrave.
I mean, it's going to be very exciting. It's going to help everybody, everybody around us to have one of our best players back. So, we just ready to get to work, man.
Wow. What about Trent Williams?
We were all pretty animated and excited to see our boy get paid like we should.
$34 million is the AAV.
Yep.
Don't we feel
34.
pretty dumb arguing about 36, 38, 40, 41? I know that's what we do in sports. 34 feels about right.
Joe Corey told us a couple years ago, former agent, CBS Sports, Bosa's going to get $30 million a year. And we're like, really? $30 million a year for Bosa?
And that was coming out of COVID when the number, the cap for the first time forever, dipped down a little.
Dipped down, exactly.
Wow.
34 a year.
He was right.
But did it linger? Did this holdout linger in the locker room? We argued back and forth about it. Here's Trent Williams on that.
Yeah, I'll be lying to say it wasn't, because he's such a huge contributor to what we do as a defense and how we play. So it's not like anybody else going down and just defensive player of the year. You miss people like that. I know it's the next man up league, but a lot of that go out the window when you're talking about a player like that.
Wow. And Peter Schrager's Super Bowl prediction is the Chiefs over the 49ers. Why? Why are you shocked?
He's had the correct answer 4 years in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Peter Schrager, NFL Network, picking the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl over the Niners.
And he's correct.
He's predicted the last 4 Super Bowl winners.
Wow.
Just out of curiosity, when you guys see everyone picking the Niners to win the Super Bowl, does that make you feel better or worse about those?
Honestly,
Or do you not care?
Honestly, do not care about predictions no more.
No, but
I don't even.
But
do
doesn't
them.
that let you know that your team is relevant?
Yeah,
and good?
well, that's why the whole Super Bowl or bust argument. When your team is in that conversation,
That's what I'm saying.
That's a good thing.
Yeah,
you want your team to be in contention.
Well, will the Giants be over 500? That doesn't do it for me.
You want to be the Arizona Cardinals?
No.
You want to be the Houston Texans? You want to be a team that's just happy to be there?
Yeah,
you want to be a Jets fan who hasn't won a Super Bowl since 1969? No. You want your team in title contention. Same thing with the Warriors. The fact that it's all about hanging banners and nothing else is acceptable is a good thing if you're a fan of that team. That's how I grew up. Now, if the Niners sucked when I grew up, then maybe it'd be different. But we grew up born into this dynasty. I know, Lubman. I'm watching the clock. I could tell time. All right. I could tell time. Want me to break right now? I could break right now if you want.
No, you got 2 more minutes.
I know the clock. We break at 9:12, 9:11. Antonio in Oakland, what's happening? You're on the roast.
Yeah, man, I'm real happy. You know, we got Nick Bosa done. You know, he's gonna be ready for the season. He's facing his AFC counterpart, TJ Watt, and I think he's gonna be more fired up for that. And the Steelers, they're probably real mad, like, damn, we gotta block that guy. So yeah, man, we got a top 2 roster in the NFL, and we're just ready for a Super Bowl run. And just like Bonte said, we grew up in the Super Bowl run because I became a fan in '94, so that was right when they won the Super Bowl. So I'm ready for another one, man. Let's go.
Let's go. Antonio in Oakland, he's ready to go. He's always ready. He's always confident. He never worries. Never. Craig Wolfley, Pittsburgh Steelers color commentator, will join us on the other side. Never worried. It's a great day to be a 49er.
I ain't never scared.
It's a great day to be a Niner fan.
Bone Crusher.
Yeah, his one hit.
Or you could do the, I think it's Little Flip and Busy Bone.
Right.
Never scared?
No, I'm thinking Bone Crusher. Just, he sucked at rapping, didn't he?
He had a couple songs. Well, I think it was more like the people that were featured on the songs were better than him. And I think he got kind of outcast rub off. Like he's like the Murphy Lee of what I think of like Dungeon Family. Right?
The only thing I remember is
does
him
that
just
make
taking
any
his shirt
sense
off.
to you? What I just said?
Does.
Okay,
yeah, exactly. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Maybe people didn't catch that.
Murphy Lee from the St. Louis.
Yeah.
You know,
like he
so
like
he got this one hit.
I was in for
what
Nelly.
The hook gonna be?
Yeah.
No.
What the hook gonna be? I couldn't even think of what his song was.
Yeah. What the hook gonna be? Remember he was in the booth. The beat's hard though.
No, Air Force Ones was the song.
The beat is hard.
Air Force Ones, hands down the most uncomfortable popular shoe of all time.
My boy Will Thompson
Next
was
to Chucks.
My boy Will Thompson, who's a Kings fan, was down at the wedding in New Orleans.
Tell me he was wearing all blacks.
No, he had the all white Air Force Ones on.
Yeah, those are.
Will.
My boy Lurd rocks the all white ones still. I'm like, dog, come on.